I know y'all didn't think y'all would do a second chance with me. We doing some Final Fantasy. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Still alive, are you?
Yeah, you already know.
It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. Let's not be greedy now. Finished, are you?
Yeah, we already know that.
And how might I help the garrison today?
Looks like you've got a thirst.
But enough talk.
Fancy a peek behind the veil, my lord?
I'm looking for a Layla.
You found one. So, will your friends be joining in? Or just watching?
We're not here for your services. We simply want to talk.
What you do with your time is up to you. The price is still the same.
We're here about the letter.
Oh. Oh, sorry. I suppose you'll be wanting to know who wrote it then.
Among other things.
Look, I'm just the messenger here. There's only so much I can...
Specifically?
A location. There you'll find a tent, and the...
And that's all.
Actually?
Does anyone else think it's strange that this woman should prefer to keep to the outskirts of town?
What if she realizes the value of the information she's party to?
And the danger it puts her in.
Ready, girl?
The tent is where Layla said it would be.
Yes, but who awaits us inside?
It's empty. The boat. No prizes. The embers are still warm.
So you're Sid.
I suppose I must be. Which means you have me at a disadvantage.
Apologies. I am Shula, tributary of Mysidia, final haven of the Moats of Water.
The Moats of Water.
The very tribe into which it was believed Leviathan's dominant, a people notable for their sapphire. Yes, that would be impossible, since...
Vanished. Despite the best efforts of both church and state, we are still very much alive. Though we've managed to keep that fact hidden from good Krieger's faithful for over a century.
Along with
That wave.
The Surge.
Since the fall of Drake's Eye, some claim the two are connected.
So in other words, not that I'll hold. The wave was raised by Leviathan moments before the waters were stayed.
And you?
Rescue him. You see, a little bird told me about a certain outlaw with a singular knack for... And ours is about as unruly as they get. Someone just...
What exactly did your dominant...
What did he do? He committed... But he deserves a better fate than the one my people forced upon him.
As do we all. Very well. Something tells me. So we will do what we can. But first...
I can do better. I can show you. My people are...
Lead the way.
All right, you might want to hold on to something. We're coming up on the wall, and passing through can take a bit of getting used to.
I don't see any wall.
Of course you don't. That's the point. It's a glamour woven by our ancestors to keep our village hidden from prying eyes. But don't take my word for it. Watch.
That was worse than a slug of Bacchus wine.
Clive, the sky.
It's blue, but how is that possible?
You do know what a glamour is, don't you? Ours just happens to work both ways, and a good thing too. I wouldn't fancy staring at those sickly clouds every day. And that concludes our little voyage. We're here. It's a long slog to the village, and a hard one. I hope you're up for a climb. What? The village isn't up here.
Of course.
Watch yourself, Sid. This path can be treacherous. If not for the sheer drop, then for the beasts who prowl it.
Thank you for the warning. And please, call me Clive. Sid is an alias.
You will be pleased to learn, Lady Shula, that I have no such aliases.
Damn, Joshua.
So, Lord Margrace.
It's all the same to me. I was wondering when they'd pick up our scent.
Stand back. We'll handle this.
Oh, will you now? Shall I keep my axe and spells to myself, then?
Earlier you mentioned spells, yet I see you carry no crystals.
Since when did a bearer ever need crystals?
But then, where is your brand?
Waiting for me in Sunbreck, if I ever get careless.
And it's in for a long wait.
We're not alone.
Yeah.
We're almost at the summit. From there, you'll have a better view of our home. Few have ever set eyes on what I'm about to show you. Just so you know.
This is not what I expected.
Welcome, my friends, to Mysidia.
It's been a long time since I saw the North looking so
Alive. How
I'm
is-
sure you have plenty of questions, but it's been a long journey, and I expect we could all do with a rest. Our humble village is only a short way from here, if you'd care to accompany me. Let's get ourselves in front of a fire, and I'll tell you everything you need to know.
It's beautiful, Shula.
And we aim to keep it that way.
Are those stones glowing?
That's one of the cairns which maintain the glamour. Steer well clear.
this surge was an act of rage?
One wonders what prompted it.
Could we not have spared ourselves the mountain crossing by landing further north?
In clear view of the bay?
Mm.
On evening tides.
Does morning's light return?
Open the gates! The tributary is home!
Outsiders? Well, I never.
Look at the size of that dog. All right now, back to your duties. You'll have to forgive my people their curiosity. We don't get many visitors. Or any, truth be told.
Then we are honored to be the first.
This is quite extraordinary. Like stepping into another world.
So do you believe me now?
You've made it difficult not to, my lady.
Mm.
But how did your people chance to settle here in the north? Unless I am much mistaken, the moats of water long called the coasts of Southern Ash their home. Until Drake's Horn fell and the Blight forced them ever inland, where...
We met our doom, along with our dominant. I see you've read the Gregorian Church's account, but perhaps you'd like to hear ours. That building over there is the Witten Hall. It's where my people gather to discuss matters of import. We can speak more inside, once the place is ready to receive you. It shouldn't take long, but you're welcome to explore the village while I see to things.
Thank you. We'll do just that.
There's no way he just took another one.
That'll be them then.
Intruders!
Oh, do you think he does?
Welcome to Haven. The tributary awaits.
So what do you think of our little haven in the woods? It might not have all the comforts of a southern...
And there's a lot to be said for that.
Not easy, no. We've dedicated us...
This man, Wallius,
That's right. Though he's no man.
a baby.
Forgive me, but you said that the Dominant and his icon were bound inside the that would surely make...
It would, if he'd been...
I'm sorry.
Wallius was the son. Leviathan awoke within him almost immediately. But instead of allowing the lad to live out his life as a valued member of the community, my ancestors sought to put his power to other uses. Sadly, and summoned a wave so large, it would have swallowed the entire village.
Then it is not the Surge.
Yes,
Forgive me.
I'm not surprised. Which is why it might show you exactly.
That is why we came.
Then let us be... There's a road that...
Are you bound for the...
We are, Delina.
I have.
You shouldn't have any trouble.
That's very kind.
The feeling's mute.
Should the tributary be in...
Thank you.
Then I bid you good tide.
Our storehouse lies across the bridge. If you're short of supply...
You are, Sid. Oh, I wonder if you could have...
With what exactly?
Oh, nothing too troublesome. Do you know my husband? He's a craftsman, you see, and he... Perhaps, but it can't. Please, I know it sounds daft, but I'd be...
Fine. Which flowers?
The sweet little... We use them to dye our fabrics so we always feel close to water like they are. You don't need to go to the trouble...
2 basket.
Oh, I'll have...
Oh, sorry. If you're after some... We'll...
I understand.
saying that.
Ah, right.
She's got her hands full with the inventor. The heaven.
If you'd like me to...
No, no, could I?
Of course not.
I hope not. Aye, that's it. If she wanted to watch you arrive.
All right. Excuse me, Pavard's wife,
Ah. Where'd it go on then?
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't worry about it. An old fool, Pavard.
Hear me, mine ancestors.
Ah,
Thank you.
wow.
It is. They really are beautiful.
Aren't they just? Legend has it, and as they want. So when we finally put...
Well, that's 2 basketfuls. Time to visit Pavard. Your wife asked me to bring you these...
Oh, woman. Come out.
Who? I'm sorry. It's just... what with you being a...
The only reason I'm pretty still.
All right.
All right, then.
You use them for
Aye, we use it to stain the cloth.
as modes of water.
That's right. The ceaseless and no matter.
Oh, well.
What is it you want?
Excuse me. You haven't seen the storekeeper's daughter, have you?
Little Ruka? I have, as it happens. She went out through the gate not long ago.
Out of the village? Alone?
Aye, she does it all the time. There's a path off to the left which leads down to the river. Nice little spot, that. As safe as you like. The beasts of the mountain don't dare come so close to the village. That's where she'll be. Go and have a look if you don't believe me.
Oh, well. This must be the path.
They're not here either. It's you!
You must be Rook.
You know my name? Can you lot...
You left without...
But I went to...
Well, now you found me.
All right, and on the way home...
Thank you for bringing her.
Oh, no.
Daddy, did you know that there are villages 10 times as big as Haven? Cities...
Oh, you can tell me... One of the...
Are we...
If you...
Yeah.
Well... I met it. Aye. And now Rook is back. So please...
Thanks for... Anyway, when you've decided what you want, just let me know. Here you are. Well, if you're sure you need it. Very well.
What do you think the tributary sees in those outsiders?
How long do you think this bridge has been...
Suddenly, there were curves everywhere.
There's a pair of ships just up ahead.
Ships? But are we not still leagues from the shore?
The quickest route to the surge is due east, past the second galley.
Shula, how did these ships come to be here?
What do you imagine happens when an icon of water gets angry?
Really, brother? Did you have to ask?
Tonberries. Foul creatures consumed by their hatred for everyone and everything.
Everything save sharp knives, it seems.
I can smell the sea.
It's not far now.
How will we reach the surge?
We'll follow the coastline north. There's a bridge that'll take us across to the cape.
try.
Won't be the last!
Might I inquire about the ray of light?
It's what prevents the surge from being reclaimed by the sea.
Hmm.
Dwalius by his people.
You said before you've yet to tell us how women. I trust we won't have to.
No, there is a path down.
All right, it won't be the first.
Hmm.
It's not much further now.
The path seems well.
Only me. It is my duty.
But surely no.
You misunderstand. Suffering, you... The forest grows quickly here. Left unattended, the path would be reclaimed in a matter of moons.
Does the light point the way to the child?
It does indeed.
Look at all the droplets of water suspended in midair.
Where they have remained untouched by time for 80 summers.
It's not right.
No, it's not.
There. Up ahead. Down in the center. Follow me.
He's still primed.
I'll never forget my first priming. The fear.
Hmm.
I was old enough to understand what was happening. One can only imagine how this poor child felt.
He is the victim of an unforgivable sin. Committed by people who saw him as nothing but a means to an end. He must be so frightened.
Hmm.
Then I'll ease his burden.
You don't mean...
I'm not going to hurt him. Contrary to the tales, I don't go around killing dominants for no reason. What if I told you there was a way to remove Wallis's icon?
I tell you, you were a madman.
It's hard to believe, I know. But it can be done. Though, it isn't without its risks. Part of the icon remains no matter what.
So, it might still come to violence.
I don't know. It depends on the dominant. I've seen things end well, and I've seen things spiral out of control. But I do know one thing. If we turn our backs on this child, there will be no end to his suffering. And I think that a worse fate than the alternative. Don't you?
Very well. Do what you must. And whatever happens, I will own the consequences.
Don't be afraid, little one. Let me bear the weight. Hush now. It's going to be all right.
Is it done?
I think so. I can feel the icon inside me. But something's wrong. He wasn't just afraid. He was angry. All right. Let's see what you've given me.
Leviathan!
No, just an enemy, but a formidable adversary nonetheless.
Oh, look. It has friends. Is everyone all right?
He seems calmer now.
You said Walius was frozen in time. That he knew we were here. How?
I don't know. He's never reacted to anything or anyone. Until now.
The child has been bound for nigh on a century. If he has been conscious from the first, we must remove the seal at once.
It's not that simple. I wish it were, but... there's more to this tale. It would be better if I explained back at the village.
I see. Then let's return before it gets dark.
I'm sorry, Walius. I will make this right. So, part of Leviathan is inside you now, is it?
No.
Good. If you want to know the rest.
Of course.
To understand the spell which binds Walius, you must first know who we are, and what drove my forebears to commit such an atrocity. This tapestry is our story, the one that brought us here. After generations of wandering, my people sought refuge in northeastern Storm, some 170 years ago. But in exchange for our safety, the Gregorian Church demanded we renounce our faith and branded us heretics when we could not.
To be exterminated, as a lesson to others.
And so was it chronicled in the imperial histories, for anything less would have made the Church seem weak. Yet a handful survived. The few who did fled north and west, and in doing so discovered two things that would forever shape our fates. The first was an old legend, revealing how to make your very own mother crystal.
But that's impossible.
As they were soon to discover, aye, far too late. Our ancestors convinced themselves that they could recreate the divine if they could only find a strong enough heart. A living being capable of channeling torrents of ether. And the heavens provided.
A dominant. Well, yes.
They'd stumbled across a nostrum in an ancient ruin, which they believed could provoke a sudden outpouring of a creature's ether. They meant to enrage his icon. Leviathan would have destroyed everything, had our people not made their second important discovery. A means to stop time itself.
Where did they find that? The Northerners had no such magics, or they would have used them.
When our ancestors first arrived, the land was uninhabited, save for an old witch who lived on the highest peak. Her body had been consumed by the curse, a cruel payment for her long years of service to the Northern Thanes. So desperate were they to prevent the fall of Drake's Eye, they'd forced her to devise a spell to stop time.
But Drake's Eye did fall.
It did. When she finally perfected the necessary magics, it was already too late. As punishment for her failure, the Thanes exiled her to this forsaken place to live out the few days she had left. Knowing her suffering Our ancestors cared for her as best they could, and in return, she gifted them her spell. That even though she should die, her legacy might live on. So armed with both the knowledge of the ancients and the secrets of time, our ancestors settled upon an ambitious plan. They would create a new Mother Crystal and enchant it that it might endure for all eternity. Thus would our people's wandering, our suffering, finally end, and prosperity visit us once more. And all it would require was the sacrifice of a single child. A small price to pay, or so they believed.
Another victim of man's blind reliance on the Mother Crystals. So we know the seal source. How do we break it and restore?
Do you recall the dome of light on top inside? But it's been a long time, and now?
Then we shall go. That said, it may...
You think
We saw the ether. There will be...
Then I shall stay.
You have my thanks.
Very well. I fear time may no longer...
The Vare is not easy to find. We must... First head north, and then west, deeper into the forest.
No sign of the child.
You don't think this?
Reckon my steel's just as good as any. Flawless. Till next time, then.
Just...
Is everything...
And this is Tallow.
Nothing too serious, I hope.
I hope so.
But...
This... My mum. I'm starting. Shula said that...
I'd be happy to.
You can. All I need is something. The trouble is, so while you...
Right.
Leave me be.
Oh,
I do.
I see.
It's no trouble.
Not that I know of. Suppose he might have been a...
When you say...
just round the village. Maybe he knows.
Maybe.
My lord, may I speak? There is... Of course. Please.
Something's here.
Yes, I was... But
And you're...
positive. Of course, but it would...
Very weathered.
Just...
Don't worry.
Thank you.
Yamila,
Accustomed.
I'll explain.
If we pick too many of the flowers, there won't be enough left.
Greetings, stranger. What can I do?
My name is Bliss.
Zelda, tell us now.
Oh, Fanny does...
Oh, did you see anything? It was like he was expecting.
Well, that's certain. And it might just...
What?
Let's see what the healer makes of this.
I spoke with Werder, but she couldn't tell me anything. Did you have any better luck?
Nothing. Lazia, you kept...
The Shh.
But...
I can't. You may have...
And you...
Go on, there's a... Please.
bastard things.
Oh, I never should have let him go alone. Ty, you.
Mm.
Shulet. Hey, I'm worried. Would you help me? You know about
Shulet.
Right. If it was.
So your friend?
Aye. He said there are two.
All right.
His name, if you could.
Very well. One came by the ships, another by the river. Better get moving.
Hail, stranger. Are you a...
I am.
Oh, and not just... If I had... I'm...
Well,
You joke.
I...
This, I've got...
I...
Me, it'll be...
You would? All right, then.
He'll be...
Before, we turned east at the shipwrecks to reach the coast. Now we must head in the opposite direction.
Left it is, then. If there's one thing I know about beastmen, is that they love to hide in the dark. What are they? Some sort... Sorry to disturb you. A silver chain. I doubt the Tombries made it. This must be what Fennec was talking about.
I think you want to understand that. They fee and some sick.
So you...
Forgiven?
Does Talor...
No. But there's in trying.
When me father he told us...
Did they ever...
Not that he ever...
Come now.
All right.
Thank you.
Aye, and... We call it an if you find anything.
I am, thank you.
Yes? Till next time, then.
No sign of the child. You one of the...
I am.
I am.
She's asked us. Truth be told, it.
Still, I'll need you to bring us a mip.
And...
I'm not doing that.
Well, then, so I suppose I'll go and...
I'll be sailing.
A bottle. Breath of the Arbor. Who's there? No! No! Hang on! I'm coming!
Damn.
Don't eat me! I'll give you gut rot, I swear!
Stand back. I'll handle this. Are you all right?
I'm more than all right.
Maybe you shouldn't...
Perfect.
I came to see you. Oh, my little canary, it's been...
Thank you.
Who is it?
Hervey. One of many clients.
One of many clients? We spoke and then you upped and vanished without...
I left you a note, didn't I? I told you I was sorry, and I told you not to look for me.
The flame of your love was...
Hervey.
The next moment, she and...
It must have been so what?
And as I did that...
Oh, why did you come? I cannot leave my people.
I'm to meet your family. Oh!
But first...
You should never have found this place. How could I be so careless?
Forgive me.
There's nothing you two.
When I and for that,
And so you.
I did. But
What will happen to him?
since our people settled in Mysidia,
I see.
That was before my time, you understand? This was my mistake.
thank you.
I will take...
Of course, tribute. Come what may.
Alright, I'm gonna call it. Hope you guys enjoyed the little short stream. I'll be on tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'm Mr. K, and I'm out.